Sir, ang Scolex, head of tapeworm, okay na, 5 points na rin.
Dapat ano to? Ang score.
Oh, hi, I'm late.
Jess, sorry na. Happy birthday.
Good afternoon. Smallpox is a disease caused by variola viruses. It is contagious and spread easily. News just come that there is an outbreak of smallpox in AUP. Our friend Claire will give you more information about it.
Thanks, Zoo. I'm here at Adventist University of the Philippines to get more information about smallpox. What is smallpox?
Smallpox is a disease caused by variola major virus. Some experts say that because of the smallpox, many people died years ago because the vaccination was stopped.
What is the history of smallpox?
For centuries, smallpox affected political and social agendas. Evidence of smallpox infection has been found in Egyptian mummies. Smallpox epidemic plagued Europe and Asia until 1796, when Edward Jenner tested the history of disease protection, and the success of that experiment led to the development of a vaccine. However, routine vaccination of general population in the United States stopped after 1980. Vaccination of military personnel was discontinued in 1989. Researchers estimate that vaccinated people retain immunity for about 10 years, although the duration has never been fully evaluated. The ease of production of aerosolization of the virus is well documented. The researchers estimated that only 10 to 100 virus particles are necessary to infect someone. Thus, the smallpox is a potential biological weapon of the staggering danger. The disease affects only humans through person-to-person transmission. The virus is acquired from inhalation. The virus particle can remain on such items as clothing, bedding, and surface for up to 1 week. The virus starts in the lungs. From there, the virus invades the bloodstream and spread to the skin, intestine, lungs, kidney, and brain. The virus activity in the skin cell creates a rash that starts in the maculus. The vesicle will form. Then, the pustules appear about 12 to 17 days after infected. You are more likely to develop smallpox if you are a laboratory worker who handles the virus, are in a location where the virus was released as a biological weapon.
What are the signs and symptoms of smallpox?
After infection, symptoms may take from 7 to 17 days. They initially develop such symptoms as fever, body aches, headaches, chills, and particularly backache. Rashes appear 48 to 72 hours after initial symptoms and turn into virus-filled sores, which later scab over just after the rash appears. The virus is highly contagious as it moves into the mucous membranes. The infected person can be infectious for up to 3 weeks until the scab falls off of the rash.
How can we diagnose smallpox?
Initial diagnosis of smallpox is most likely based on a history and physical examination findings. The doctor may take a throat swab to make the diagnosis of smallpox. The doctor sends the possible smallpox sample using special means. Viral cultures and/or ELISA may be undertaken to make a definite diagnosis once the sample arrives in the lab.
What are the treatments that need to be done in order to manage smallpox?
There is no specific drug for treating smallpox. Antibiotics may be given for infections that occur in people who have smallpox. Educate the patient that they need to be isolated and they will need to receive the vaccine and be watched closely. Fluids and medicine for pain or fever can help control symptoms. Since it can be spread through clothing or bed linens, teach the patient to wash any clothing being used by the client separately and disinfect in hot water.
Once the patient enters the emergency department, you have to be sure that you have to separate the patient in the isolation room because this is really contagious by airborne and also contact with each other. So remember, when you're entering the room, you have to be sure that you are wearing a 95 mask and then also gown and gloves, and every stethoscope or BP set should be placed in the patient room. Do not get it outside the room. And also you have to teach the others that wearing gloves protective measures. Thank you.
I hope this information will be useful for people to have a better understanding of smallpox. Back to you, Zoo!
For more update, our schedule tomorrow. Thank you for watching Zoo Reporting.
What are the diagnostic tests used in the... mali.
Ano contagiosum? Contagiosum.
Nabibidyo kita. May behind the scene tayo para humaba.
Wag na!
Nakakatawa doon.
I also have it. Oh, I can't concentrate. I think I have to go to the hospital.
Go.
Good afternoon. Smallpox is a disease caused by virus. It is contagious and spread easily. News just comes that
Go.
I'm so tired. My back, I can't bear it.
Go.
No. No. What do you want to eat? I don't want to eat anymore. I don't want to eat.
She does not walk, she runs instead. Down these jagged streets and into my